Hello everybody, it's me Viking George, and today I'm going to show you how to block Spotify ads on Linux. Now this time I'm going to show a different method because on Linux it's actually different. It's not like in Windows, like I showed in the previous video was Windows, but this time I decided to do Linux as well because most of the people will be wondering, where do I find the Spotify for Linux on that version? Well, alright, let me show you a way. Alright, so it depends on what is your distribution. If you're an Arch-based user, it's going to be the easiest to do. I am currently using Ubuntu, but for the Arch users, this is not going to be a pain. It's going to be much easier. But I'm going to show for all the other distributions. So, even though for the Arch users you have to do something before that, before you install the package. You gotta rename it because you don't want it to date. Alright, so let's go here. Go to Google or whatever search engine you prefer to use and type in Blue Star Linux. Open the first link that you see. Go to Files. Then go to Repo. Choose whether you are 64-bit or 32-bit. It's either of these. For me, it's the first one because I'm 64-bit. Click once on this. Once more. So that it shortens your time of searching. You scroll down a bit until you see Spotify. Let's see Spotify, yeah. Alright, so you can decide either this, or this is all gonna work. I prefer this. I have this installed, but you can go with either, but I would say just don't go with the newest Spotify because you cannot really, like, whenever you try to listen to something, it's gonna limit your functionality. Alright, so I am kind of an experienced Linux user, so I'm going to tell you what to do here. Alright, so download this. It's gonna say download shortly. Okay, just waited for download to download and it's gonna save. And I can say I'm gonna just save the file, do it. Press OK. And it's gonna download really quick, as my internet isn't that slow. At least not today. Well, it almost never is, but still. Right, you can, I'm actually gonna keep this one. This is a grep theme if you're asking me. What is it? Can minimize this. All right, there we go. So in this case, I'm going to show you what to do as an Arch user. Now, as an Arch user, this is the first step. You just have to open the package. Don't extract anything. You know that this is a pkg.tar.xz. You need to do something else though. You come here and you go to package info. Open it. And where it says package name, like this is the only thing you have to edit. You can call it whatever you want, but not Spotify. In my case, I'm just gonna call it Spotify VG. I'm not gonna install it with my package manager because it simply cannot convert these packages to Ubuntu, but I'm gonna tell you what to do on other distros that are not Arch based. Because this is the only way you can obtain access to, you press update, of course, it's gonna update the files. I'm not gonna wait for that because I'm not using Arch. So if I open it, it's gonna say Spotify for me, but if you wait, it's gonna save it. Alright, so once you are done with that, you're just gonna run this command. I'm gonna open my terminal. Okay, let's center it so that you see it better. It is sudo pacman eu and your package name. Let's say Spotify. Now I don't have pacman, so it's gonna say sudo pacman command not found. But that's because I'm using Ubuntu. But if you're using Arch or Manjaro or anything Arch based, you're gonna be able to run this. Now, like I told you, make your package info to have a different name than Spotify. Just don't use Spotify. It's a mandatory because it's gonna update if you use the OR to update packages. So gotta close that. Now, I shouldn't have closed it actually, but as users of other distributions, what you have to do is, okay, so there is no easy uninstall of the way that I'm gonna show, but you're gonna drag this folder here. It says extracting files. And you're gonna open terminal in here. Alright, so you're gonna need sudo again, but this time it's not gonna be this thing. Alright. First of all, you need to download rsync. It's written like this, user package manager. I'm gonna put that down in the description. For Ubuntu, it's sudo apt install rsync. It's this way. For me, it's the newest version. So I have rsync. So I do rsync recursive. Or if you're very lazy like me, don't do recursive, do just -r. I forgot about that shortcut for a second. I was just gonna say recursive, but I said -r also works. You type in usr and then usr like this. And once you hit enter, but before that you have to do sudo, of course. It's not gonna let you, it's not gonna have permissions. But if you wanna make sure that it's not gonna delete first, I first suggest you to run it without sudo so that you see it's gonna try to, yeah. But you see that it fails. Like you see what it's trying to do, like what I told you. So what I said, you just do sudo rsync. It's gonna make it available like I have it now. I can just run it with Spotify. I don't really need to do it. Even if I do it, it's not gonna do anything bad, but I've already logged myself in, so I'm kind of lazy to go and log in with Facebook again, so I'm not gonna do it. But you got what you need to do. You need to do rsync or your directory as root. If you don't have sudo by any chance, you do this suc instead of sudo, and then you just do again rsync or usr. Yeah, it should work. But the thing is that it's very easy to install it, but there is no other easy way to uninstall it. The only way to uninstall it is you need to go to your root directory like I just did. And under here, you're gonna need to find Spotify. Yes, Spotify, where is it? Spotify. Am I blind? Okay, Spotify. Alright, not here, sorry. I go to my computer. It should be in user bin. It should be here though. Alright, so it should be Spotify. Yeah, I have spot current here as well for the song thing, like I showed in one video, and you just need to delete the Spotify shortcut, and then you need to go back to close the search. You go back to your USR, and then you go to your share directory, and you're gonna have to find the Spotify folder, I suppose. I've never installed it, but this is the right way to go, and you just delete the Spotify folder. That's the only way to uninstall it on other distributions. On Arch, you're just gonna do sudo pacman rs Spotify dash blah 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 blah, the way you call the package. Doesn't matter. But now next step, we can close this. We can close this as well. All right. So the next part here, what you're gonna need to do is, oh, why did they close my terminal? All right, back here. So I closed my terminal so many times it was so unneeded. But all right, you go to sudo again. I'm gonna use Vim because I like Vim more. You can use Nano if you want. I can use both. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna use Vim because it's much easier to read stuff with Vim. I don't know why, but I just feel it's easier. You go to etc hosts. It's gonna ask you for a password. Wait, what? I forgot to install Vim? You're kidding me? Sudo apt to install Vim. It's gonna be quite fast, sorry. I just saw I haven't installed Vim because up to now I sense I've been using Nano. Because yeah, I have. Because I was too lazy to install Vim. Alright. Now it should work. There we go. And why is it easier to see it as Vim? Because you see it has coloring and stuff like. Alright. I'm gonna give a tutorial using Vim because you probably used to Nano. Alright, press S on an empty line and you get the insert mode. Add these things that are gonna be in the description is the host file, the same as in Windows. You can either make it 127.0.0.1 or like 4 zeros. Either of these will work. But I'm just gonna set it to localhost, like it's in the top, it's shown as localhost, so I just tell you to do it this way. And it's gonna be like this. When you're done, it press escape. Then you do WQ, and you're gonna write and quit. Like it's this, or QW, it won't matter, it's just two commands. It's write and quit, or quit and write, it's the same. And then you're ready to go. If you're experiencing some issues with Spotify, I suggest you restart, but you wouldn't have issues if you're on Ubuntu, for example, or if you're not on a custom kernel or something like that. And yes, so that was the video, guys. It's not very complicated to follow, it's actually pretty easy. I showed this on Ubuntu, like I told you. I can even show you that it is Ubuntu. New fetch. Yeah, like I said. Wait, what? I have snap packages? Alright, maybe these are some pre-installed ones. Whatever. So, like I said, I hope you understood everything. If you have questions, ask me in the comments, and I'm going to try to help out. I really don't know any way to convert packages to from Arch to .deb for Debian and Ubuntu-based distros. But if you're on Arch-based distro, I told you what to do. It's much easier. You can also use the second way that I showed you if the first one didn't work for you. If something went wrong, obviously. But there is also a way to uninstall another distros, like I showed you. So it shouldn't be problematic for you. Alright guys, thanks again for watching and peace out. See you again soon.